Well, today's most shared video on the Indian internet isn't a politician's gaffe or a celebrity scandal. It's a shaky clip, this one, from right outside Mumbai's Bandra Kurla complex Apple store. That's right, this is outside an Apple store today. A long queue of youngsters, many of them clearly Gen Z, waiting to buy the new iPhone 17. Now the crowd suddenly erupts into a scuffle. For many, this isn't just another Ghar Ke Kalesh video. Rowdy kids brawling. But look closer, because this is a video where there are layers here that speak volumes about the India story that matter to you and me. And listen carefully, viewer, because I will explain. This isn't just a normal jhagda. First, this crowd is waiting for made in India iPhones. For the first time, Apple is producing all 4 variants of the iPhone 17, including the premium Pro models right here in India. Nope, that's not a side hustle. That's Apple placing India at the center of its global ambitions, and Tim Cook's bet on India is paying off big time. Second, India now accounts for nearly 20% of Apple's global iPhone output. Think about that for a moment. 20%, a fifth of all iPhones are Indian made going forward. iPhone production in India has surged, reaching approximately 1.89 lakh crore rupees in value in the last 12 months ending March 2025, a 60% year-on-year increase, with the value of exported iPhones accounting for about 1.48 lakh crore rupees from India. In the last half of 2025, production hit 23.9 million units, up 53%, and exports reached 22.88 million units, valued at $22.56 billion. This isn't just about gadgets on shelves. This is about India muscling into the heart of the world's most valuable company's supply chain. Third, Apple's own annual revenue in India has skyrocketed to over 67,000 crore, up from barely 13,000 crore at the beginning of the pandemic. India is not a backup location anymore. India is Apple's global frontline, especially with a shaky China promising nothing but manufacturing uncertainty. Number 4, and perhaps most important and invisible in the viral video that you've just seen from outside Mumbai's Apple store, is the political dimension. There is a frustrated section of India's political class, you know who I'm talking about, that is hoping to weaponize young people in a Nepal-style uprising. But this video, in its own tiny way, tells a different story, doesn't it? Yes, a small scuffle broke out, but what radiates to me from this visual is aspiration, upward mobility, and the hunger to be part of India's growth. For millions of young Indians, the iPhone isn't just a piece of glass and metal. It's a metaphor, a badge of ambition, a declaration of belonging to a larger growth story. And finally, to those who lazily declare that India's economy is dead or that Indian youth are disillusioned and desperate, look again at these images. Of course, India is vastly more than a queue outside an Apple store, but it is also in this queue. This is what demolishes the doomsday narrative being peddled by a tired section of our political class. Young Indians aren't waiting to be weaponized by ivory tower dynasts. They are waiting to buy into India's future. They fight, they argue, they call out nonsense, they abuse the government, but they will not be drafted into someone else's repeated failure. India is not its neighborhood. Indians are not like anyone else. And this scuffle outside an Apple store, bizarre as it may look, is one more snapshot of a country in the throes of transformation. It's a Naya Bharat of hunger, of growth, of aspiration, not of mindless frustration over serial failure.